It's one of those things where rarely do my worlds of gaming and film collide so hard and break my heart so much than the Street Fighter, the movie. I also picked up Street Fighter, the movie, the video game, but we'll talk about that on a different one. But the movie itself, I can understand, is absolute tosh. Like, it is real bad. Like, the plot is nonsensical. I mean, it is based on a video game about a guy trying to take over the world through a fighting tournament. So, I mean, it's not exactly the Iliad, is it? But at the same time, having Jean-Claude Van Damme, having all of these people come together who don't even really represent their characters properly and do ridiculous things, especially Sagat and Vega in their ones. It's just kind of like, what are they doing? I'd fully recommend watching it. I can't fully say that you would enjoy it though.
There's so much hate towards the movies I'm about to mention, because every time I mention these movies, everyone goes, oh God, them. Yes, them. The Matrix sequels.
Oh God,
them. Yeah, they're really good, and they were always good. They were just a bit, just a little bit full of themselves, just a little bit camping out inside their own bums a little bit. But the Matrix sequels had a lot to offer, especially in terms of the action. I mean, you can go back and you can watch them now. They actually literally made a whole chunk of highway for that massive highway fight in Matrix Reloaded. And you've got all the stuff in the chateau. You've got like just the general sensibilities of the choreography in those movies is, I'm not going to say unsurpassed, but they did a hell of a lot with Wire Fu and with the different martial arts techniques that were on display. And the way that it's all shot is just dripping in. It's a very like early 2000s, but this style, there's this really great slow motion style to everything. And especially if you carry that forward into the end of Matrix Revolutions when he's fighting Agent Smith, kind of turns into full-on anime style. And I don't know if we were expecting that back in the day. I wonder if you kind of went back and watched it now, whether it would sit better because we're more schooled in the likes of superhero movies and over-the-top finales and stuff like that.
You know what?
Yeah.
I hate those films, but I love listening to you talk about them.
It's because they're really good.
They're not good. They're not. Don't listen
really
to
good.
It. No.
I wasn't sure whether this qualified when we first had this conversation, because I wasn't sure whether or not it's objectively as bad a film as I always think it is. I think it's so over the top and ridiculous, but I'm never sure whether it's meant to be that way. So in fact, it's a triumph of its own genre, or whether in fact it is absolute hot flaming garbage. And that is Face Off. A film you will never seek out to watch in your life. You will never ever buy the DVD. If it was on Netflix, you'd never ever watch it. But if you just, those Sundays, like Sunday night, and you're just like, I see Face Off when I'm flicking, you will not, I am dust on that sofa for how quickly I will jump up, put something more comfortable on, cancel everything I'm doing. It's the stupidest film in the world, but I absolutely love it. The concept of just ripping somebody's face off, swapping it round so you can go infiltrate their criminal network, and you've got this history with him because he killed your son, and you gotta put that behind you, get into his will, but lo and behold, he wakes up. Of course he does, and then he adopts your life and Bones, your wife. I do objectively think it's a terrible film. Really bad. Although Ewan said it's got 90% on Rotten Tomatoes? 92%. That's absurd. It's not a 92% film, is it? It's 92% customer satisfaction, but not 92% cinematic achievement. But yet, if anybody tells me it's bad and they don't want to watch it, I'll slap them into another race.
Their face off.
Yeah, I thought about that, but felt a bit lazy. I'll slap their face off.
Spider-Man 3 is genuinely one of my favourite ever superhero movies, right? And I'll tell you why, Ewan, because, yes, coming after Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3 is a bit of a letdown. You've got weird changes to the canon. Why is Sandman Uncle Ben's killer? Yeah, why is that happening? It's just a weird retcon. It doesn't really add to the story, but what is great about Spider-Man 3 is the way it pays off all the character drama built up in the first two movies. Peter in MJ's relationship, great, it gets on the rocks. Spider-Man's like there pissing about, doing shows and stuff. He's not even saving people, he's doing fairs. And he comes in and he gives Gwen Stacy MJ's prized kiss. And you just know that kills her inside. So all the character drama is really good, and it's hammy as hell. Of course, you've got Harry Osborn doing his delicious food thing. I don't even know what that is. What even is that?
So good.
It's so good. I don't even know why, but it just works. Harry Osborn is having the time of his life. Obviously, James Franco as the character. And yeah, there are mistakes. There are too many villains. The end fight doesn't really feel all that impactful. Venom is absolutely crowbarred in, and you could tell Sam Raimi didn't want to
put him in there. But emo Peter Parker is fine. In fact, emo Peter Parker is great. He's my idol. And you know why, Ewan? I'm getting really riled up.
Why
you know why?
Why is he your idol, Josh Brown?
Because everyone watching this movie thought that when Peter Parker would get the symbiote on him, he would start being a really bad man. But Peter Parker's not going to start killing people just because he's got the influence of an alien life form. Peter Parker just gets really lame and really petty, which is what he does in this. It makes entire sense that with this evil symbiote on him, all Peter Parker, as bad as Peter Parker can get, is become an emo. That is totally in line with that character. He wouldn't go around killing homeless people or whatever Venom does, eating people's brains out.
And the liver and the pancreas.
And the liver and the pancreas and the turd in the
Why
wind.
does he go for the cookies and milk? Like that, they made that out to be a really suggestive bit in the film. I'm just like, he's having the cookies.
Cause he's shagging, Ewan. He's shagging around. He's trying to flirt, and the cookies and milk is all he knows how to do. He's great. Finger guns. All the women in that scene are like, but I'm not. I'm like,
Right,
yes,
I want to come here because I'm just reminding myself.
Go
I
ahead.
actually support Josh. With this.
Yes!
The whole point of the Venom character when it's him, right, is it's meant to be badass, but it's what Peter Parker thinks is badass, which is finger guns and doing a bit of this.
Doing a bit of the jazz.
Okay? It's not cool because Peter Parker thinks that would be cool. He's got a point. I've changed my mind.
there you go. Don't just take my word for it. Adam Wilbourn, the greatest film mind in the office, also says that Spider-Man 3 is good. If I've convinced him, I can convince you. Please.
Yeah, despite my presumptive omnipotent voice from behind the camera during Josh Brown and Adam Wilbourn segments, I actually do love a lot of schlock. So, The Rock, great film. There's a bit where Sean Connery's talking about effing the prom queen. That's what winners do, you know, they do that. But my main favourite crappy movie is Roadhouse. And people will probably just know that from the Family Guy joke, but the actual premise of Roadhouse involves Patrick Swayze playing a travelling bouncer. So his whole thing is that he goes to different clubs on the road. But they're all like really like boring, uncool country clubs. But he's like the king of bouncing. Like you have a problem, you have a bar that has some rowdy patrons. So, oh boy, Patrick Swayze is your man. And he gets a job to take on to a bar that is just the most filthy, degenerate, Mos Eisley-esque hive of wretched villainy. And you know what? He takes the job, he takes it, and you know what? He cleans that bar up. So this probably sounds like a really nice bantery movie, you know, Patrick Swayze of Dirty Dancing fame, going around the country, doing all sorts of bouncy stuff. There's a bit where he rips a dude's throat out. Yeah, so they have a fight, because they hire people to take down the bar, and they have a fight. They're both like, it's raining, they're really going for the fight. And then,
Like in The Matrix?
no, not like The Matrix. But Patrick Swayze just literally goes at this guy. Oh, Josh, can you volunteer for?
Yes.
Right. So yeah, you see, so this is, I'm Patrick Swayze right now. I know it. Anyway, so then he goes, kuh, kuh, and then he holds the bit of the throat on the thing and he throws it down. That's in Roadhouse. Go watch Roadhouse. It's great.
Well.
Is it The Matrix?
No. Well, it is a film. It has a guy you might have heard of called Hugh Jackman in.
Ooh.
And Hugh Jackman had been in 2 previous films, and one was where he played Wolverine. It's called X-Men 1. And then he played Wolverine again in X-Men 2.
Oh wow.
So the film I'm going to talk about is
X-Men.
not X-Men 3, but Van Helsing, the best film ever made. I love that film. It's objectively bad by like every critic that's reviewed it. It like on the Wikipedia article, it's just like, oh, came out to negative reviews sort of thing. Like I'm talking crap. So yeah, Van Helsing came out to lots of negative reviews. Apparently, I don't know who's been watching this film because I literally like grew up on this film. It combines Dracula, it combines werewolves, it combines Dracula's hot wives. It combines also Frankenstein's monster.
He's great in it. I love him.
He's great.
Yeah.
And also Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Like every single universal monster comes into this film and makes it a wonderful, wonderful time. And the whole plot centers around Van Helsing having to get Big Boy Drac killed off because he set a curse on Anna's family. Kate Beckinsale, also dressed so well, like in corsets and the cutlass and everything. But honestly, this film is fantastic. There's werewolves jumping on top of carriages. There's werewolves jumping on top of Dracula. Dracula has big ass wings. It's just like, it's everything you want from a monster movie. It is perfect. Like, it is so good. I'm passionate about Van Helsing. It's one of the films I have seen maybe as many times as Hot Rod growing up, and like, it's just perfect in every way. And I won't have that it's a terrible film, because it is not a terrible film, or this negative review bullshit comes out of people's asses. Like, what do they know? What do they know? Good old, what do they know? The Friar and Van Helsing is what we need in the film industry. We need more of this. The Dark Universe is coming back at some point with Lee Whannell's Invisible Man. Maybe Van Helsing will too. Maybe he will. And I will be there waiting patiently and ready for Hugh Jackman to come